Amanda,
Yes.
what did I give you as my final song for you today?
You gave me as your final song Too Fast for Love by Motley Crue.
Too fast for love.
I-
You're too fast for love.
I say this with great respect for the love you have for Motley Crue. This, as I researched a little more, it made more sense.
You dug in. Okay, so you looked it up. I'm glad to hear you.
I didn't deep dive, but
Right.
in the order of songs you've given me in the past about Motley Crue, like this one seemed very messy.
Rough.
And sounded like babies. Because they were. Because
yes.
they were.
They were.
So I'm giving a lot of grace for the baby Motley Crue that I was listening to.
This whole record was literally a demo that they put out.
Which, and I thought, like, I could Google machine this, and I obviously know enough to go, okay, this is what this means, I think. But this was self-released.
It was self-released on their leather records.
Which means very similar to, like, if you were doing a book, a self-published book. Like, they absorbed all the costs and released this on their own, correct?
This is punk rock. Like, this is what, I mean, honestly, this is punk rock, releasing your own records and putting it out. And they were like, we're going to just take a page out of the punks and say, we're going to put out our own record. They made 900 copies, which today is still one of the most sought after records to get, is an original pressing
gives me goosebumps
of those 900.
Well, I like it. Well, and I was just proud that when I heard this, I could tell there was such a difference. That what is this about?
And I thought this would be fun considering we did 83 and you did shout a song from Shout Out the Devil, which was the next record. So that was released in 83. So you could see, like, you know, they got
growth.
signed, better production, growth, a better band, like songs, like, and I was like, oh, this is great. So now I can bookend, since I did Shout Out the Devil with you last week.
Yeah.
Too Fast to Fall in Love is the song I gave you. And now I'm going to give you something off the first record.
Yeah.
And I wanted to give you this song because this is a signature Crue song.
It's fun though. Let's play a little bit of it because I want everyone to hear, because they would have heard last week's version and then this week's version. And anyone who isn't familiar with Motley Crue, like, again, you don't have to be a super fan to have heard the difference.
Too fast for love. Too fast, you're too fast for love. Too fast for love.
Like baby.
Oh, yeah. I love this first record. And yeah, it's rough and it's basically it's a demo that they put out. But there's just the songs are fun and you really feel like that you're just like in the room with them. And they're just great songs. Really just fun, well-written tunes about like what these guys were going through, like LA scene life,
Sure.
you know, girls partying, getting messed up on stuff, like just all sleazy craziness, you know? Especially when you read the book The Dirt, like that The Dirt is like, oh my God, these guys are debaucherous. But like but you hear that record and you go, it all makes sense to me.
Well, I don't know. There was something that tugged at like my mom heartstrings when I was listening to this. It would be like, Owen would be like, Mom, we just formed a band. Come listen to us.
Yeah,
and me going to listen to them and me going, oh, like, good job, babies. Like, I think for what they did, like, that was really good for them. Like, I'm super impressed that this, just to even be confident enough to, like, take that step to record something, have a band.
Yeah.
Invest the money, do what you have to do to, like, get over the hump of whatever, just to put a record in someone's hands. I just, like, for me, like, that's what sells me on this song. When I'm listening to it, like, my heart just, like, opens and it grows for them. It's really cute.
Like the Grinch?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
and
cute.
I mean, they were such a hardworking band. I mean, they were in small clubs, but playing like they were in gigantic arenas, doing all the stuff, lighting each other on fire and like all the stuff now that you can't do inside of a club. But like back then, I mean, they pushed it, pyrotech, all kinds of crazy stuff inside of clubs. And I mean, if you go back and watch, I mean, all these videos, there's videos on YouTube, like VHS copies of like them playing like in these LA clubs back in the day. And it is awesome to watch. And you go, it's funny now because it's like so Spinal Tappy, but yet you get it. And you go, this is why these guys are still, even though I won't go see them now because I'm like, I was at the last show ever, New Year's Eve in LA. And that's what did it for me. I don't need to see them because they sound horrible now. I think Vince can't sing and all that.
Yeah.
But I mean, just they lasted and still last in these songs because they're a good freaking band. They were good, and they're a band that's really good together. Separately, not great, but like together, they're awesome. They're awesome. Sure. And Nikki Sixx writes, especially wrote this whole record. Shout out to Devil. He writes. He's the main songwriter. He writes these songs.
It.
So this is all from the brain of Nikki Sixx.
Which I feel that. It's so silly. I don't know why
since you and Nikki Sixx are friends.
I know. Right? Like, I wish he knew that.
Nikki, well, he might. Maybe he's watching. Nikki Sixx, Amanda Sharp and you guys are friends. You guys should meet sometime.
Absolutely.
Next time you come through Michigan, come through Detroit.
Yes.
You
I'll stop
and
and
Amanda
see you.
should meet up.
Yes.
Yeah. So, personal note to Nikki Sixx.
Yeah, like I think I'm becoming a groupie for them at this point. I don't know. Who'd have thought?
Look at you. Look at you becoming a groupie for Motley Crue.
Motley Crue. Whoa. So with this, my mom heart is telling me that this is a 4.5.
4.5?
Which seems silly, but we know how I rate things, and a lot of it is on heart. And
I am floored right now that you just gave this song a 4.5. I thought this was going to be your lowest rated.
No, there was, honest to God, there was something about when I was listening to it that gave me energy to continue to do what we're doing. Like, sometimes you just need that sign.
Yeah.
That sign that, keep going.
Right.
Just put in the work. Put in the work.
Put in the work. Put in the reps.
And these babies put in the reps. These babies put in the work. And I just think that should be reflected in a 4.5 rating.
Excellent. Well, Motley Crue and Nikki Sixx thanks you for the 4.5 rating.
You're welcome,
and
Nikki.
I thank you as well.